Welcome, guys, to the round table. Guys, listen, we're here again with, and what episode is this, Lady B?
Well, this is episode. Well, we're going to reverse it because we're doing our conversation, reversed it. So this would be episode 14.
That's right. Episode 14.
That's
right. Hey, guys. Hey, listen, thank you for checking in.
Yes.
Guys, and listen, we hope to have a good podcast. We've been a little intense lately.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking.
So much going on everywhere.
We've been talking more about, things is trending. It's more political, whatever you want to say, serious. But guys, we want to talk a little bit today about relationships. We're going to get into this relationship thing. So, you know what I mean? Because don't, there's a lot of conversation that's going out today. Yeah. But before we go in there, and my light is going crazy in here, so you might see some blinking. I don't know why I want to do it now.
Right.
But anyway, guys, listen, here we're going to go around the table. And just introduce everybody so you'll know who's here today.
That's right.
And we have to our back. Well, who do we have?
Lady B. Hey, guys. Don't forget, Bullies Be Like. I do comedy, guys. You might not think, she's quiet, but I do comedy. So check out at Bullies Be Like on Instagram.
There it is.
You have Daylight here.
Daylight.
Yes, I am. I'm a producer, a writer, and a motivational speaker.
That's
cool.
right. That's right.
Awesome.
Who we have?
Awesome. I'm in great company. I'm Tracy, and I am the CEO of Tender Lifted Hope LLC. It's in infancy, but I'm hoping to get it off the ground. Social worker by occupation, and great to be here.
That's right.
Great.
That's right. Awesome. And I'm yours truly, Antonio Bouchel. I don't need to tell you who I am. I'm just Antonio. As long as you know I'm Antonio Bouchel and watch his podcast, I'm good, right?
That's right.
Okay, so but guys, listen, just so you know, and we've been talking about this on the podcast. Guys, listen, during the month of December, we're going to be having where we're going to invite 4 children with their parents out to the Novi Mall.
12 Oaks.
The 12 Oaks. See what I'm saying? The 12 Oak Mall. And guys, what are we going to be doing, Lady B, there?
We are going to be giving away spa days. A spa day for 4 children, ages 8 to 13. Have to be ages 8 to 13. They're going to come in and get their pedicure, get their toes done, even get some little glitter tattoos done and things, and have a little party.
That's right.
So that's what the round table want to do.
That's what the round table is going to
do.
And guys, we're going to have some fun, and all we're going to we're going to give you the instructions in the month of December. We're going to give you those instructions. Listen, and we're talking more so to the local people, actually. I mean, obviously, we can't fly you in from Texas and give you a spa day. You know what I mean? So, but, for our local people that's in the metro area of Detroit, guys, listen, we want to be, we want to have some fun.
So what about that couple thing?
And that's what I was going to get to. Even the couples in the months of December, more so December, January, we're going to be doing couples, and we're going to be, we're going to choose a restaurant, and guys, we're going to. You can win the card to the. Now I don't know if it's going to be a card. Maybe we just to let you know who wins, and we're going to leave.
I already have it paid.
You already have it prepaid, and guys, and we prepaying it because we don't want you to take that money and go pay your light bill, your gas bill, your cell phone. We don't want you to do that, guys. We really want you to go and have a good time. We want you to eat. I mean, get you
enjoy one
another.
another.
Yeah, get your eat on and talk to your
romance
on. Get your romance on and talk to your loved one, your spouse or whatever,
significant other,
whatever they may be. But guys, that's what we're going to be doing in the month of December. As
January.
well as even January. But guys, so how has your weekend been? I mean, guys, how's everybody's weekend been? How's it going?
Ooh, challenging.
That's right. I get it.
Challenging, huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great for me.
Great.
That's good.
Productive.
have time to spend with family. Went to church today.
That's right.
Okay,
Spiritually
awesome.
feel,
That's
so
right.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm good.
That's
Great,
right.
great,
And that's
great.
what it's about.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
Just enjoying your weekend, guys. I hope your weekend has been very good. Listen,
Yeah.
don't forget to like this page. Don't
Yes.
forget to share this
Share,
page.
please share now.
Guys, listen, we want to come to your home. We want to have some fun.
Yes,
we're going to
we
talk
do.
about topics that nobody want to talk about or say things that nobody want to say. Guys,
Yeah.
listen, we want to be be in your face. We want to be in
yes, we want you guys to eat with us.
We want you to eat with us. Come in. That's why it's called Around Table.
Yeah, we gonna eat.
That's right. That's right. So
kitchen table talk.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Like that page. We
like
want you
it
to
now.
Like that page.
All right.
Listen, I'm speaking it out. We want to be the best podcast in the city of Detroit. That's what that's our angle.
Yes.
Guys, listen, it's not just about just conversation. We want to bring in interview. We want to interview people that you didn't think we can interview.
That's right. We're gonna bring some people in here.
That's right. Last week, was it a week before last? Lady B hung out with
Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club. She invited me out to do some hot yoga. When she was down here in Detroit.
That's right.
So we had it was a tense yoga session, boy.
And what is actually naming that yoga spot?
It's called Life Cycle or Live Cycle. I would have to.
And guys, I didn't even know.
Detroit.
I didn't know anything about these people. Listen, shout out to them.
Yeah.
On our YouTube page, we're going to actually put that link up.
Yes, we are.
We actually should be traveling. I think in the month of January, we're going to shoot a promotional video for them. So that you'll know who they are.
That's right.
They've been open.
And that yoga was so refreshing.
That's right.
It was really rejuvenating.
That's right.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, and guys, listen. Even then, while I'm in the mood, even next month, we also going to do where you can actually. If you can tell us about your business and what makes your business so unique, and if you win, we're going to shoot a promotional video.
That's right.
For you.
Awesome.
We're going to shoot a promotional video for you, guys. And so many things that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, around the table.
That's right, around the table. So we just need you to like that page. We need you to, I would say subscribe, but you don't subscribe to YouTube. No, to Facebook. But hey, listen, you can go to VisionWorks and you can look at past videos or podcasts that we've done
on YouTube.
On our YouTube page. You know what I mean? So, and we're going to link that as well as a lower third below the screen, so you'll be able to see that as well. So, guys, let's get into this great conversation.
Woo!
Relationships.
That's right.
Got a lot to say about that.
So our title.
What is it, lady?
So our hot title is "He Doesn't Want You." Ooh! Oh my goodness! So we will be discussing a lady has been waiting for 1 year for her boyfriend for them to have a fully committed relationship because her male companion told her that he needed 1 year to get himself together when really he had no intentions of being with her. She needs to know how long should she wait for a guy.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What do you guys think? How long should she wait for this guy?
So let me ask you this again. So it was him who said he wanted to wait a year?
Yep, it was him.
Okay, he said he needed to get himself together.
Yep.
But then let me ask you this. Are they still in the relationship?
Or from what this said, it just says it didn't really speak that. Okay. It just says that, come to find out he had no intentions on being with her.
Come to find out.
Come to find out.
Let me ask you this. Did he really want to, and y'all, Lady B know who I am. Did he really want to hit it, and that's what it was? He had no plans of being with this individual or taking it to a marriage status. What do you think about that? Or just whatever you feel like you need to say about that. I believe he just wanted to ride down on it. I'm just gonna keep it like that. He wanted to ride down on it, do what he had to do, and he didn't have no intentions.
Because I heard that you shouldn't have an intention. You should know if just from your conversation, just being with that person within so long that you would know you want to be with that person.
That's right.
So
and the blame really goes on him. That's my first opinion because you should be honest about your intentions.
Okay.
So going into the relationship, he should have, stated his intentions were to be in a casual relationship.
That's right.
He's not really sure if that's what he wants, marriage or a serious relationship. And so she could have made an informed decision based on that. But to mislead, to deceive, I think is not cool.
Yeah, but is that an old school thing to tell the woman what she wants to hear so that he could use and abuse the relationship? Wow. Do you think that? Or do you really think that he had intentions? Because let me ask you this: what about the year? Why should I have to wait a year Why should you have to wait a year to know if this is someone I want to be with? Is that something that we should do, or is that just a game that men play?
I believe that's a game. Because if you tell someone you need to wait a year to see if you even want to be with them,
that's right.
Tell you what, you in your year you're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You're gonna figure it out. And I don't necessarily. I agree. You need to know your intentions up front. That's but unfortunately, a lot of people say what they think people want to hear.
That's right.
Or a lot of people tell you what they think they should tell you in order to get what it is that they want.
That's right.
They use, for instance, if he wanted just to hit it.
That's right.
He knew that somewhere this woman showed some type of weakness.
That's right.
Where he could even ask this or say that to her.
That's right.
Because if it was a woman that didn't have that type of weakness, if he would have said it, she would have said, "Okay, tell you what, I'm moving on to the next."
I'm moving on to the next.
I agree with that. I agree. I do agree. I think the main blame is on him, but there is something to be said about a person that will sit back and wait that long. And believe me, there were signs well before a year.
That's right.
To let her know which direction, if it was progressing or if it became stagnant. She could tell that. And so some people, particularly women, sometimes are more afraid of being alone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
right.
Would rather have a piece of something than nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yep.
We got a song about it.
Yeah, that's right. So what is that song?
That song is Don't Blame Mr. Charlie.
Oh.
Mr. Charlie is just a man. That one. She said, sometimes having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. You get my drift. Hang if you can hang.
Wow.
Don't tell the wrong guy that, because he's gonna use that as his advantage. I'm here. I'm here. Right. But so now, I guess my thing is that, again, the signs were there. I believe the signs were there. I believe that the woman was a little, or could you be a little, and then let me say it like this, a year, and I get it, a year is not really, to some people, a year is still too early in a relationship for marriage to some people. So I do get it, but mate, is it her? Is it her being needy? Just so I'm so needy in this situation where I need you to say something to me to let me know we're going down the right road. What do you think about that?
Well, I believe that I don't know as far as the year and how long, because sometimes it could depend on your age and the maturity of the two people.
That's right.
Because some people they can meet each other and get married within 3 months and be married the rest of their lives.
That's right.
And some people, you get married too fast and you don't know each other, and then you're not willing to make the commitment. I think what happens is people are not willing to commit and see it through.
That is
That's
it.
right.
Marriage is not something that you should take lightly.
That's right. That's right.
And when you take on a husband or a wife, you should be ready to do the work.
That's right.
But a lot of people get married off of emotion.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness,
right.
You hit it on the nail.
That's right.
But
some people would say it's trending not to be married. It's a trending. It's a trend where just we live together. We don't have to have that commitment, that legal documentation that says that, hey, listen, we're committed to one another. So what do you think about that? Do you think that men can have that mindset because it's so trendy? I think I've even heard different celebrities that talked about, hey, it's just a contract, it's just a piece of paper.
Well, yeah, we're in a day and age where you have all kinds of relationships.
That's right.
Open relationships.
Right. Yep. Right.
Open marriages.
Right.
So I think, like you said, because it's a trend, that it's more acceptable.
That's right.
To cohabitate. To take your time. And like you say, for a lot of people, it could just mean a piece of paper.
That's
because
right.
marriage is kind of founded and embedded in religion.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so if you are, and outside of that, it is a legality.
That's right.
It is when you die, I get this, or
that's right.
property, or whatever. You know what I mean? And so
that's right.
It's for a lot of people. They want to focus on the interaction, the connection.
Right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess, listen, I would say to her to give it I mean, let it ride out a little bit longer. I mean, if he's showing signs of cheating, he's showing signs.
They did say he has no intention.
So now what happened? Go ahead, Ty.
No, he has no intention of wanting to really, be with her.
She's wasting her time.
Not just married, but he doesn't have any intention on being with her long term.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then she's wasting her time.
Yeah.
At
That's
that
what
point,
I'm thinking.
I wish we knew more about the situation, the age group, the age limit, but because when you're dealing with relationships and you're dealing with marriage, a lot of times people are selfish.
Yeah.
They don't they don't want to be married because they feel like I have this and I want to hold on to this and I don't want to share this with you.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And I know several women who have been scorned, who have been married before and will not marry again and don't mind cohabitating together and doing the wifely duties.
Right.
But now you've been with this man for 20 years and something happens to this man.
You get nothing.
What you got coming?
Wow.
Unless there's a common law marriage, but
And we don't have that anymore. I remember.
I think California common law, isn't it?
I think so.
But I don't think that we have the common law marriage thing.
Hey, we got it.
We have it?
No, we don't. But if you've been with this joker longer than 10 years,
10 years,
y'all
right?
married to me. I don't care what
I
you
know,
say.
right?
You married.
I had a relative that was with her boyfriend for over 20 years. They had never gotten married.
Y'all married to me.
So
and then the family
he's
gets
gone
greedy.
off now. When they finally get married, though, they finally got married. But then now they're not married anymore.
What's up on that?
So.
I mean, what's up on it? Why would you be in a relationship for 20? Now, see, okay, so this is my thing, right? Now, this is how I feel. 20 years that you say that you love this person, y'all shacking up, you sleeping, y'all doing whatever y'all do.
Right.
Aren't you married? I mean, legally, documentation-wise, but think about it this way. Okay, so now, if you haven't slept around with someone else, and you sleeping with this individual, y'all eating at the same house, y'all live together, sharing the same bills. What's the difference between that and being married and then signed on the legal documentation?
The difference is if that person goes to the hospital, I can't make no decision.
Benefits.
Oh, wow.
If that person
you have no rights.
That
is so true. No rights.
But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about the psychological part of. I get the benefits. I get that because then you have certain rights to being in a contract.
You're talking about the soul ties.
Yeah, the soul ties. To me, it seemed like that you already connected because you didn't write on a piece of paper, hey, it's signed and sealed. I mean, I know we got to follow the government. I know we got to follow the laws of the government. I get that. Yeah. And I think it's even in the Bible, pay Caesar's what Caesar's and in terms of the tax, meaning give over to the government, respect the government. So, my thing is, that's been trending big, where you have people who say, hey, we don't need this piece of paper. I'm married. I want to be married, but I don't want to be. And is that a punk out to say that I'm going to punk out and say that, look, because I didn't sign this document, that means I can just leave you because technically we're
not really married.
Yeah. Even though it's trending. It's real trendy.
It could be a cop out.
It depends on the mentality of the person.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so quick to leave though if you're in the contract.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't got.
Well, they quick to leave whether they got a contract or not.
So it's the thing about the vow though, having that vow.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't know if that's the same as the contract and making a vow.
But you gotta, at the end of the day, you do have to do what works for you. Because like you said, some people meet and in 3 months they can get married and be married forever. And some people wait 1 year, 2 years, think they know each other. I think possibly an underlying thought though is when you get married, there's the potential for you to think that the other person is property. Yeah. And so there's a different thought that goes in. There's a different perspective that goes into how you deal with one another. Yeah. So perhaps when you're not married, there's an equity in the power structure between the two people. Yeah. But then again, traditionally, men women and how they, you know what I mean?
I was just getting ready to say, let's shake things up a minute. Let's jump on the man.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead.
Well,
because
I'm willing to protect myself.
we need a Robert here.
Right. Women are taught from a child that you meet a man that's going to take care of you.
That's
you
right.
get married, you know, and they want you to have that virtuous
That's right.
about virtue. How you say it? They want you to have a virtue about yourself.
That's right.
Where you're not sleeping around. You get with one man, you marry that man, you have your children.
That's right.
That's right.
So why is it so difficult for a man
Say it.
to not sleep around, or they want to get with one woman? And for all the listeners, if you're not this man, we're not speaking to
That's
you.
right,
So
that's
don't
right.
go.
Right.
Don't send your clones after me.
You
But-
the man.
So why is it that it's okay for a man
That's right.
to have whorish ways,
But a woman can.
but a woman can't?
Right.
Because women know their place. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Oh no.
He said that so quick.
I gotta say
I
this.
almost missed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so my thing is, I think it's because of let me see. The
King
woman
David.
is always taught to be the submissive one. You know, the submissive one. And I think it's a history type deal where it's always been that way. The woman is the weaker, you know, the
Vessel.
weaker vessel, which,
They
you know,
claim.
that really don't mean
Yeah,
that in
it
the
doesn't.
Bible. We just take that and we run away with it. But I think it's because the women are looked at as, you know, I ain't even gonna say that part, but
Okay, no.
women are more. It's more of a submissive thing. Like they submit to the husband. And in terms of history, I'm not saying that is true. You get what I mean? And I think that for men, they're looked up and they've always used this terminology. And I think people making comments. So maybe we need to actually look at some of the postings so that we can see what they're saying in terms. I think I see the comment up there quite a bit. But anyway, what I'm saying is that I think that men are looking at as what is that word? They go after hunters. You know what I mean? The hunters.
Right.
You know what I mean? And and if you want to go scripturally, a man that findeth a wife finds a good thing and retain favor
So he
with
has
the
to
Lord.
go and find
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
5,
Well,
6,
well,
7,
see,
8, 9, 10
and
before he find his wife.
But no, to me, I think it's really a lust thing. Me, if I was to look at it,
Women
on another
lust.
level, but men are more so again that hunting type deal where they see something that they like and they go after it. Where women are more, well, they should be, and I've seen statistics
In traditional roles,
yeah.
right?
And I've seen statistically that women are just as bad as men. You know what I mean? They just a little bit more slicker with the situation than they are.
Nowadays, they want you to know they just as bad as the men.
Yeah, they're just as bad as men. But as playing the role, you get what I mean? The men are just being more of the dominator. You know what I mean? Where he goes out and if he see this woman, you know, that's something he do. But when a woman does it, because it's not known or should be, they're surprised. Look, then they quick to call you the age. You know what I mean? I don't want to say because you too.
Okay.
The whole word.
Put it
You know
on
what I
record.
mean?
Let's be grown.
No,
Let's be grown.
It's
Yeah,
true. So
be true.
for men, I think it's more of. I think it's just lust. I think it's men not being able to be satisfied with one woman. They always see one better than the next. So they want, and it's almost about trophies.
So is this
know.
a true statement? Because I heard this once before that men will be with a lot of women, but it's only one woman that they will change their life for.
Wow.
That's right. And I think it's the safety in there. You get what I mean? It's more of a trust factor. You get what I mean? This person is down for me. So I know if I go out and act a fool. It was a couple of people. Matter of fact, I think Magic Johnson was caught up in that where he slept around with a lot of women, but he knew he loved Cookie.
Right.
Yep.
He knew he loved Cookie. So he's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Or I can say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right.
But anyway,
Right. And you
but
have to be that type of woman that can.
Handle that.
Yes.
yeah, to handle that.
So why is
He
it
didn't
as
make a
women?
commitment to her. He didn't marry her though. This is before he got married. He was sleeping around. He wasn't married to Cookie. He just knew Cookie was going to be the one.
But
you know
the
what I
woman
mean?
gambles, right?
That's right.
Because she gambles thinking, okay, am I going to be the one, or am I going to be the one that gets played?
And
That's
who
right.
do I
So-
who all do I have to compete with?
Exactly.
So why, as women, do we accept the bull crap that
right.
men run on us? Why is it that we have to go through this man, just to figure out the type of man that we want? And then when that man that comes along and he's everything that we say that we want, and he may just be that man that's
right.
perfect for us, but now we got all this baggage.
Well, I think we lost the art of dating.
Yeah.
Because
Ooh, yes.
that's what the dating period is about, is getting to
right.
know people,
Yes.
creating friendships, likes, dislikes, what your negotiables. Can I, we know no one is perfect, but
That's true.
can I put up with this?
Yeah.
We don't give ourselves time for that. And so when a man and a woman have an attraction, that initial attraction, they automatically assume
Ready
it's
for the bed.
supposed-
That's right,
Exactly.
that's
Ready for the bed.
Instead of slowing
I
it
don't know,
down a
because
little
see,
bit.
women sometimes can push a double standard. I think they can push the women, see, because it's different if the man has money. If she have money, then they running after that money bag. They
Some
running after
women,
the bag.
some
because
women.
you did
Well, let me
Some
say,
women,
but let me say this,
because
okay,
you ain't
so-
even got to have money for some of these women. You
but
just
the one I'm gonna say it
Charisma.
like this: the ones that
Game.
count to me, the ones that count, there's ones that's in the public, in Hollywood or even not even Hollywood. Those look how many women that run after basketball players. They literally get dressed up, change their look, plastic surgery, just so they can go in front of those basketball players who they know getting all this money, and they know half of these guys out here cheating.
But that's the game. So as the saying goes, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, but what about that guy?
I like that.
What about that guy who he don't have that status? And I'm not saying this for everyone. I'm saying some women, they look for the money bag. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the money bag, but I am saying that you're gonna get much more than just the money. You can get an abusive relationship.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
You can get in
That is so
where
true.
it's a controlling relationship.
Yep.
And-
It's an adultery relationship.
And
know what I mean?
sometimes you're not gonna
Yeah.
get everything you want, because what I found is that through some friends is when you have a man that's making money, particularly legitimately,
That's right.
they're never around
That's
because
right.
they're out there making
They
that
out there
money.
making- and that's true.
Wow.
So you can't,
Yeah.
so
That's
if
right.
you're gonna accept
That's
a
right.
man for the money bag,
That's right.
then you're the type of woman that's okay
That's
with the
right.
nice things, but not the man.
That's right.
He's not there.
So you gamble. I mean, so is it a thing where you taking where is this perfect person? You know what I mean? Where it's the money, he giving you the 100% of the
right,
time.
yep,
I'm gonna say it
everything.
like this. I know men who's making. I don't want to put people, but I know men who making. I mean, some good, probably over 500,000, and I know people who would say they secretly been cheating on their wives. You know what I mean? They've been doing. I can't even go into the details, but I mean, I know people in that situations, but the woman, I think women know. I think they
women
know. I
have
don't think women are
intuitions.
stupid.
Trust
do.
me.
We
But
do.
they,
Yes,
but they
we
still,
do.
in the gut.
but they still stay
Yep.
with the man.
Yeah, they do.
What about that? You know what I mean? They still stay with the man because of what they're getting out of the relationship, and I think they try to cover it up. They become what's delusional or
I
something.
think that goes back to what Miss Tracy was saying, that sometimes we hold on to men in fear of not being able to get another one.
Wow.
That's right.
And I think that there are times where, because I use myself as an example, when I married my husband, I married my husband purely unadulterated. I was willing to go through whatever we had to go through. The only thing I was not going to go through is you putting your hands on me.
That's right.
That was it.
That's right.
And I think that we as women, we are conditioned to accept
Yes.
Yeah.
From the days of way back when.
Yes.
We are conditioned
Cinderella.
to
that's true.
to accept what this man do to, because my husband started doing all kind of things, and I found myself in a position where I'm a praying woman, so I found myself, okay, I can pray my family out of this. I can get myself out of this. And when it was time for decisions to be made, I wasn't strong enough to make those decisions. Sure. And it was, I want my marriage. I want my husband by any means necessary, regardless of what the stake was or how I lost myself. And I think a lot of women may have been in my shoes, because we have conditioned ourselves to believe that men are so hard to find, because we got to fight against the jails. We got to fight against them being gay.
That's right.
We have to fight against the woman who has the silicone and who has, we have so many things to fight against, that when you have one that's legitimately working, and he's making a decent wage and income for himself, he can complete his sentences, have all his teeth, and he's overall a good guy. He's married already. So let's switch gears. Why do women cheat with married men?
Oh, wow.
Because I think that's what they want. They want to be that person. They want to, you know what I mean?
They want to replace that wife.
Yeah, they want to replace that wife, or at least they think they can. What do you think?
Yeah, it might be a perception of power. I'll go back to that. But if I can pull you away from your wife, if I can do what she can't, then somehow that makes me better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? I can lure you. I can seduce you.
That's right.
I can, so it could be a power play.
But
a perceived power play. Because in the end, who's really getting played?
But you know what? Magic Johnson said that. Do you know? I remember him saying that. I'll say allegedly. Allegedly, he said that women used to show up at his door, those groupies, when he played basketball, and they'll say that, I'm going to take Cookie from you. And they'll perform this sexual act, thinking that that's enough.
I'm gonna take you from Cookie.
And they will perform whatever they do, thinking that that's something that he's looking for as a man, when it's probably more mental than it is sexual.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
But in their mindset, they think that it's the sex. Now think about it. Here, this man, he's playing ball. You know how many women come up to him, or how many groupies? How are you going to be the one? Look at the deception in the woman's mind. And I'm not just riding on women, but the deception in women's mind to say, I'm going to take you based on a sexual
physical
need.
act.
A physical act. And here this man is mentally, to some degree, tied up with her. Right. Obviously, he had to, because he's with her now. You know what I mean? Faithfully, from what I've
allegedly.
Right.
Anyway, but you know what I mean. So my thing is that. Go ahead. Anybody want to say anything on that?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's an illusion, because those women, like you say, they fit the part, they fit the role, they're the trophy.
That's right.
And they've probably been rewarded for that.
Yeah.
Okay, along the way. So they've been built up to say, okay, I can take a Magic Johnson.
That's right.
Because this one and that one bought me this and did that. So why not a Magic Johnson?
But listen, I'm gonna go here. I'm about to trap down this.
Remember, there's three of us in this room.
Right. But listen, as the cloud covers me, the dark cloud, it comes down. I see this visual of these Facebook women. And you know how many Facebook women that's out here that's showing their body, their breasts, their butts, they're sticking it up in the air, opening it. I mean, is that low self-esteem, or what is that? Do women do that so that they can bring an attraction to men? Like, what is it? Why do you have to show your breasts on Facebook and your butt on Facebook just so somebody can click on it? I mean, and then when you get this guy that you pretty much didn't want on there, didn't you bring this to yourself? I mean, come on, man. And what am I saying? Do we attract the people that we want in our lives based on what we do. You know what I mean? Based on, I'll say, decisions, how we dress or whatever. What do you think?
Well,
about
I'm gonna tread this lightly or carefully, I should say.
Yeah.
No, don't tread it lightly. Jump out.
Right, okay, I'm gonna jump in.
Jump.
So I think about catcalling. Okay, so a woman walking down the street.
That's right.
Just dressed comfortably. Like yoga pants are huge.
Yeah.
Most of the time, women will wear yoga pants for comfort.
Yes.
But if she happens to be shapely, God gave her all the
That's
right
right.
stuff.
That's right.
And she's walking down the street
That's
to
right.
get from point A to point B. She has to be harassed.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
and is that so was she asking for that?
Right.
Because
Was
she
she
chose
that's
to wear
right.
something comfortable.
What number
true.
is that? What number is that? Is that about 5%?
No, I mean it was. They made a movement out of it, really.
Really?
Yeah, they've made a movement.
Don't tell me Don't say move. What's that?
What's
Me
that?
too.
Me
Oh,
too.
forget that. Listen. Ladies, you need to stop the Me Too. It's becoming unbearable. Every situation, and I'm serious about it. Y'all think I'm playing about that, but I whatever. I digress.
There's some thoughts out there about that, but I think that it's somewhat of a liberation to be able to wear what you want to wear.
That's right.
Okay, and walk how you want to walk.
Yeah.
And not be surmised or judged based just on that.
But unfortunately, you will be because we expect, the expectation is for you to be. You can't be a judge. Well, there are some out there.
Yeah.
You can't be a judge
Right.
and come to the bench
Right.
with a short skirt and some fish stockings
Right.
and some 6-inch heels and a low cut.
Yeah. Expect I'm gonna hear the word.
And expect to be
I said
respected.
Yeah.
You can't go be a doctor
Yeah.
and come into the room and try to diagnose me and tell me what's what.
Yeah.
And you are not dressed the part.
Yeah.
We have in our mind how professions should dress.
Right.
And when you don't dress that way,
Right.
there's a street way to dress
Yeah, it's
too.
a street way to dress.
So when you have on certain attire,
Yeah.
it brings on a certain strippers have attire.
That's right.
Yeah.
Streetwalkers
true.
have
That's
attire.
right.
That
That's
is
right.
so
Nurses
true.
have attire.
That's
Right.
Everyone has a uniform. So when you put your uniform on,
That's right.
and you walk outside, you saying this is who I am.
Yeah, you said
this is what I represent.
That's right.
So if you are that woman that walk outside and you have your breast and your behind
That's right.
out, you're saying I want some attention, but you absolutely cannot control the type of attention that you
Who's
get.
gonna come your way?
So
Right.
who's
That is so
responsible
true.
for that? So again, I push back a little bit. Who's responsible for that? Like,
I think they both
it's the-
are. I think it's responsibility. Go finish your statement.
no, I was gonna say, yeah, okay. Who's responsible for that? Because there was a point in time where having colored hair was viewed as ghetto. Okay,
Yeah. It
still
It still is to a degree, but it's more. But,
Oh, yeah, but I
it's
wear
more
my color hair.
acceptable. It's more
I never heard of
acceptable.
that.
It's more acceptable in mainstream society now. You have judges and other professional women who will
Right.
have like a purple streak in their hair.
That's right.
It's because of those people who pushed the norm and said, just because society said this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to do me.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said I tread cautiously, but jumping in with it, because we can't lose ourselves or not be ourselves because of what
Right.
somebody else expects us to be.
That's so true.
But you, Lady B, you haven't said anything. Go ahead and say something. What you got to say?
Yeah, I feel that you shouldn't have to change yourself to feel like you, because then you're locking yourself in a box. It's like you don't want to be inside of someone else's box.
Right.
You know, you want to be outside of the box with you. As long as you're comfortable and you're not causing problems, your intentions are right. That's the way I feel about it. I just don't want to be locked in a box.
I have seen some women that even I have like I love men.
That's right.
Even I was, my God.
It's true.
And if it makes me go, well, dog, now I ain't hating on you. You do you.
That's right.
Yeah.
But what do you think a man who is prone to that attraction of a woman is going to do? I agree to a certain extent.
That's right.
That it lies in both.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be responsible for how someone responds to you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But you can carry yourself in such a way that you won't award it some type of attention.
That's right.
Because when you put on your uniform,
that's right.
Whatever your uniform is, that's the level of respect that you will receive. And if the President of the United States does from the Oval House, if he gives the State of the Union address in an Adidas tracksuit, we all gonna be looking like, because that's not the norm.
That's not
and Lord and behold, if it had been Obama,
of course you should be appropriate at all times, but you should, still not feel like you're trapped in a box. Of course, appropriate, most definitely.
But you have to be appropriate.
But then now you have married women, who feel like they have to dress to keep up with outside women who's not married. Because these women are dressing this way because they think that's what the men want to see. And to a certain degree, it is what they want to see.
Well, that goes back to you, number one, your esteem.
That's right.
And it also goes back to you and your companion, your husband, I should say. It goes back to you and your husband.
That's right.
Y'all have an understanding.
That's right.
What does your husband want to see?
Exactly.
Because if it's my husband, and if I know what my husband likes, then I'm gonna do that.
Right. But what is he basing it on? What is he basing it on? He because he see what these women are wearing.
Right.
He connected to Hollywood. We see the entertainers wearing these and now it's a thing where
because I even heard some stories of married people where the wife, she dressed like really old fashioned, but then when you in a society now where you're seeing all of these women dressed with their high heels, they got their all this going
Stilettos.
on. Why would you want to be up to par as a wife? You don't want to just be like, I'm gonna just wear this little flower dress or this flower
on the man that you have.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. But my thing is that I think the women sometimes set the standard. I don't think it's really just always I digress from that. Let me say this. It is the men that set the standard. Why would I say that? Because the women are only doing what the men are liking. Because if men found that wearing these outfits wasn't attractive, women would change. I believe. I don't think. And I don't want to go so far off the focus of what we're talking about. But can we say that we don't know this gentleman. We don't know what his situation is. But could it be? I'm not saying that it is. Could it be is that he see other women, or could he be in other relationships? And he's saying to this young lady, I done already did what I had to do with her. Now she's not as of interest anymore. But now I see these other young women out here that I want to go ahead and go after these women. You get what I mean? So I'm not really trying to be in a commitment with you. I see that you're a good person. And I mean, we can kick it. You get what I mean? But on the other hand, I'm not trying to get married. Because there's some other stuff out here. You get what I mean?
Well, if you tell the woman that, then so be it.
And
that
was my point. Well, that was my point.
Right.
It's not so much the time,
I don't think that's
whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 5. Just be true to your intention.
But when men tell women their intentions, they really don't want to hear. They say they do, but when it comes out and if I'm in the street, come on now, and I'm dating you, and we haven't made a commitment, I turn around and say, babe, check this out. Look, hey, we done had this relationship. It's cool, but we ain't getting married. I can't commit. It's not even in my blood. Matter of fact, I did a DNA on myself going back to Africa, and these men couldn't commit. And that same blood run through me. So it's not you, it's me. It's just it's who I am as a person. That now, listen, I can't commit, but listen, you're always going to be that one.
But now you're giving that woman a choice.
Y'all better pull that knife out on that man.
She may not like it, but guess what?
She has to respect.
You don't believe that.
She has to respect it.
Yes.
But even if I don't even think she gonna respect it, she gonna look at this Negro laying on that side of the bed. She gonna be now. She can't trust him. She gonna be looking at his phone. She gonna be trying to kick him out. She gonna be where you been.
That's a whole nother thing.
But now come on now.
That's a whole nother thing because if you're that upfront and honest,
that's right.
Like you said, I can't do anything but respect. I may not like it, but I can't. At the end of the day,
tell that
I
nigga
can't
to get out.
Okay, that's my choice.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
That's my choice at that moment.
So what do you guys think?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say when she does cry or get mad and look through the phone, it actually empowers the man because he can say, "Look, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
So what are you tripping about?"
So let's flip it.
Go ahead.
Flip it.
Right. So what if the roles were reversed?
Right.
And the woman, baby, it's not you, it's me.
Right.
Look, I got daddy issues.
That's right.
And your sex is good, but at the end of the day, I don't, I really don't want to. And then he gets crazy. Then he wants to cry.
Well, okay, so let me
Paula, you say what?
To the old man in the room.
I think that now this is just me. It's just me. This is not every man is speaking on because I don't want nobody blowing up the comment.
Yes, we do.
I think that, in some way.
Yeah, blow up the comment.
I think that men are more. Most men, I'll say this. Most men are more, to me, logical than they are emotional. Where if you were to say that, as long as it makes sense, and even to the degree where he say, well, are you going anywhere? Are you leaving the relationship? And she said, no, but I mean, we can hang out. I think he might be cool with that. Only because it makes logical sense because he want to do his dirt too. So he's saying, okay, if you doing this, then I get to do this. So
and
now,
folks, that's called an open relationship.
That's right.
Wow.
The friends with benefits.
That's right. So for some, and I'm not saying that's every man. You got some men that's emotionally strung up. They call them mama's babies or whatever. They more strung up, and maybe they would find that to be more of a hurt,
like a rejection.
Breaking their heart or whatever. And now they gonna start stalking you.
And it's sad because when a woman reversed, then she gets stalked by the man.
That's right.
And when
more than that, then some of them get killed. They take them out.
Yeah. Exactly, because men hurt and women hurt is two different things.
That's right.
Women expect to be hurt. We have an expectation of at some point this man is going to cheat on me.
Wow, that's big.
We have an expectation that at some point I am going to face some type of adversity with this man.
That's right.
Men come into a relationship with a different perspective.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is the apple of my eye.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this woman my woman.
That's right.
If she even so much as remotely look at another man, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her family. I'm going to kill everything about her.
Right.
Not literally, but their hurt is different. Like I said, we have been conditioned that we're receptors.
Yeah.
We take.
Yeah.
Men give. Men are projectors. We are receptors. They project into us. That's why it's so difficult when you've been with Charles, Larry, Mo. It's so difficult. Now I done found Mike, and Mike is the one for me.
That's right.
But now Mike have to fight against all of these different spirits in us.
Right.
And now I've been exposed to all these different ways these men touch me. And so now when Mike is touching me, well, you know what, Mike, you ain't doing it right. I need you to slap me like this. I need you to whack me like this. I need you to do this and do that. But he fighting with those
Mike,
spirits.
Get out of there, Mike. Get out of there, Mike. Get out of there. Slide out of the bed, Mike.
Right. Same way, vice versa too.
Right. He's fighting with those different spirits. When men when they are with different women, I believe that they pick up some things and they like some things or whatever, but we carry it.
Yeah.
We carry it. And we measure it by Okay.
That's deep as daylight. That's deep.
That's another podcast. That's another podcast.
I'll say this.
I had to catch myself.
The tie it in. I would say this, that, to that relationship, I guess from my perspective is that, the signs are there.
Yes,
the
they are.
signs been there, and it's up to you to make that decision. If you want to be miserable, or if you want to deal the cards the way it is, accept the cards the way they're dealt, because he's already spoken his piece in terms of him not wanting to be married. You just got to read between the lines to see what it is. Are you willing to deal with that situation? Because he's already said it. And 9 times out of the 10, if the man said that, that's what he really means.
Right.
He like, I'm ready to peace out. That's right.
And you're not that one.
That's right.
He's just not that into you.
That's right.
Yeah, he's not that into you.
So you got to let it go. You got to let it go.
Yeah. Right. So if he hanging out over there on 5th Street or 3rd, and you drive by, and he in the car, and he got his tongue down, we
as women have to set our standards higher.
That's right.
We have to make these men jump to our standards.
That's right.
And I'm not saying set your standards so high where they're unreachable.
Yeah.
Because some of us can have our nose so in the air, and it's like, girl, you just messed over a real good guy. However, but we have to get to a point where we're not so quick to just want a piece of meat laying around.
There's a lot of women out there like that.
I have seen that, and I've even fallen victim of that. Since my divorce. I wasn't ready to be in a relationship.
That's right.
But I wanted the companionship.
Exactly.
And so I found myself doing things, and it took for me to look in the mirror and say, this is not even you.
You're not alone though. I mean, there's a lot of women out there that's like that. You know what I mean?
It dates back. I know some relatives that were like that. They had to have a man. They felt like they just couldn't be alone. I just gotta have a man.
Right.
So I'm in situations right now, and it's so funny because I did a test. I did a test, and the gentleman's with the S that I am friends with. I said, bring me some grapes. Kroger's had them on sale for 97 cents.
Well, I should have been there. Give me some.
I mean, come on now. It's not even about the grapes. I wanted to see who was going to make the sacrifice.
Oh, you didn't specifically say one person. You just said, you just put it out there.
I told 3 different people.
3 different people.
Oh, okay.
I said, bring me some grapes. Well, of course, I finessed it. I said, you know what? Kroger's got grapes on sale for 97 cents. Would you bring me a bushel of grapes?
That's right.
That's all I asked for. This was probably a month ago. And one of them I've seen probably 5 or 6 times and no grapes. And I've said something each time. And the others, I said, hey, my birthday came up, no grapes. And fast forward, long story short, I came to the conclusion that you couldn't make that small sacrifice for me.
Right.
Some grapes. It wasn't even about the grapes. I got 97 cents in my car.
Yeah, I get it.
That's right.
And because of that, and that's not the only thing, there's some other things that I really didn't like, but because of that minute thing, if you can't sacrifice your day and bring me some grapes, or you didn't have to bring them the same day I asked. It's been a month.
Right.
Can it
but
be
see, you know your worth. So when you
Wow.
say set standards, women have to set standards. They have to start with self. Like you said, you looked in the mirror. Look, I'm touched by it because that's what the message was about today in church. But anyway, when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you ask yourself, what is my worth?
What is my worth?
Then once you realize what your worth is, you can say, okay, then I know what I'm willing to settle for and what I'm not willing to settle for.
Right.
So many women have lost their worth.
Oh, yes.
So that standard is not there.
Yes. And you accept anything.
But can it be that the man is just lazy? I gotta get. Listen.
You know what?
Let me just say this real quick. I was driving. I forgot. I think it was a couple of probably a week or 2 ago. a week ago, and my wife called me on the phone. She said, "Give me a Vernus," because I was on my way going home. I didn't want to do that because I was me being lazy. Not because I didn't want to do it for her, but just me being lazy and saying, "Oh man, I got to go on the stove. I got to stand in a line. I got to get the Vernus." That's playing.
But if we vice versa, I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure.
I'm gonna
run in there and grab you.
Let me go put my pants on."
But listen, but I did it.
That's right.
I still did it. So I guess that's what I'm getting around to do. I did it only because she wanted it. And the thing is, I thought about that when I asked her for something, she'd do it.
Right.
So it was more or less in my mind playing about, the give and take relationship. You get what I mean?
Reciprocity.
Yeah, reciprocity. Where so I said, yeah, let me go get it because I know she boom, boom, boom in my mind. You get what I mean? So my thing is that some men, I don't think it's anything tying into you as it is. It's just being lazy to say, I don't feel like doing all that.
And you know what? And then that's not the man for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you ask me, and one of them, I don't drink, but I've had a trying month, probably 2 months, last 2 months.
That's right.
And I said, you know what? I would like to try some wine. And he was like, do you want to try wine? Stopped what he was doing and bought a bottle of wine.
Because he know what wine can lead to. That's the man.
And
he can something out.
That was an eye opener. That was an eye opener to me too.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, okay, here now, you have to make some decisions. Because if any one of these men asked you to do anything, and all of them, and this is the killer to me. I've been friends with all of these men probably 15 years plus.
Right.
So it's not like we have not done things for each other. But we've come to a point where it's like, what can you do for me now?
But listen, I think this is my thing. I think that's the wrong test. That's what I'm gonna say why. Because men, if they're not in a relationship, now I think it would be different if you said that you was dating this individual. But I think if you're not in the relationship, if they don't see anything that benefits them, in other words, it's almost like, I ain't about to get out of my car or get out of my house, get in my car, drive up the street. And I think it would be different if the relationship was committed. So now, because that's how men are, is a logical standpoint. If they see that they can gain out of that, then they probably would be different. But now, if we're dating, I'm not even talking about marriage, because marriage, you pretty much obligated.
Exactly. Don't come home with that burn.
Don't come home with that burn.
Well, if he would have said, nah, I don't feel like doing it, I just say, okay, that's fine.
But I wouldn't do that because I know that underlying fact. You know what I mean? You better get the burners and come on back to the house. But my thing is that if you were dating, the dating, I think you probably would have got a better reaction out of that if y'all were committed in a relationship. So the guy don't feel like he's committed in a relationship unless it's conducive to him. So in other words, it's like, come on. Now, if you would have said this, hey, get these, what was it? Grapes. Get these grapes and I'm gonna grape you. Come on. You probably have all three of them at the door because they see.
Oh my God!
Hallelujah! But you said men are hunters, so you said that you were dating these guys, or am I incorrect?
No, she wasn't.
We're not dating. I was seeing them.
Right.
Okay, you were seeing them.
She playing.
So I think. So piggybacking off your point, though, I think if they were interested in taking that a step to the next level, they would have did it.
No, they definitely would have did it.
They would have because.
And that's my point exactly.
But there's nothing wrong with that. You just see that that's what the relationship is. I mean, and
I'm not accepting that.
Well, but that's true. You shouldn't accept that, but it does break down the fact that you know that this is not the one for you in terms of, because listen, I know. I ain't even gonna say no names. I know people who play emotional games. And
that'll be another podcast, guys. So we gotta wrap this up now, guys.
This thing can get so good because I can wait there on somebody.
We can do
that's gonna be another.
Yeah.
That'll be another podcast, guys.
Listen, guys. You know, we know it's been extended a little bit longer. But listen, if you like what you heard, comment. If you made a comment and we haven't gotten back to you, we apologize. Yes. We will leave comments even if we go back to it. But guys, like this page, share it.
Share
the
page.
That's right. And guys, listen, we're gonna have our next topic coming up
momentarily.
But peace out. The round table is all about sharing love and
that's right.
Perspective as well. So
opinion,
whatever you want
allegedly.
to call it, allegedly. But holler back at us and we'll talk to you soon.
That's right. All right.